Hello everyone. This is gonna be another constructed stream. I'm gonna be doing doing an alteration of a deck that I did a while back. A little while ago, I did a recording on Mardu Plumb, which was more like having stuff like Clarion Spirit, stuff like that. This one's gonna be a little more streamlined and focused on trying to just get the advantage on board and having the engines to kind of help the game plan even more. Instead of trying to like make a bunch of token generators, we're gonna be focusing more on making sure we can like have sacrifice outlets that help us like benefit more from the amount of tokens that we're producing beyond just Plume. Having Village Rights, Woe Strider, Croaks, and for the amount of cards that we're going to be putting into our graveyards, and some of our stuff's pretty cheap. Rankle for discarding and as well as sacrificing our own creatures and making our opponent discard and sacrifice, and then Predator to use our tokens to make a really big flying threat that our opponent has to answer that they can't answer unless they have exile removal for the most part. So it's pretty good overall. It's basically a little bit of a white splash just so we can play the front side of Exodus, because sometimes it comes up but not all the time. So, but so far, from what I remember from last looking at the breakdown of Standard right now, it's still Sultai Ultimatum in like the top, followed by Rogues, Mono Red, and I'm pretty sure, I think it was Gruul Adventures or Gruul Aggro. That's like the top four, followed by some aggro decks, and then this deck right here is an alteration of, I think it's like an 8th or 9th place on the meta right now, but we're going to be trying this out and seeing how it goes for us. So I'm going to be doing some traditional ranked for this. I'm currently in like the higher end of Plat. I have the great privilege of being so good with this deck that I start my first two hands out by having one land, and then having to mulligan to 5, because I literally can't play my first two hands, but it happens. It's the flaw of playing the more lean decks like this one. Hey, Rainbow Eagle, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. How you doing? Hey boy, what's up? We'll be playing first. Looks like we're hitting the ultimatum matchup right off the bat. We got no red to start this out. Hey, I appreciate that. Very, very much appreciated just being here in the first place, so hope work goes by without too much of a hassle. So we're just gonna start off by playing Swamp and keep our motos for our modals. Yup. Appreciate you. Alright, so we got red here. Probably just gonna get my Hunt the Specimen so I can play my Pest Summoning turn 3. So we'll hunt now, get Pests, say go. I need to get bodies on board so I can make sure that I can pressure the deck before they just explode on like turn 4 or 5. Yep. I don't care about the white here, but the second red might be needed for the Croxa, so we'll play the Grim Climb Pathway here. And then, well, swinging doesn't really matter here in this case, because they don't have anything they could do reactively right now. Alright, we're in an okay state. Our matchup against this deck is slightly more favorable in game 2 and game 3, because our sideboard's decent for Ultimatum, since you basically have to build to try and beat this deck. It's the top deck for a reason. Oh boy. Oh, they didn't get a land off that. Ooh, that's big. We'll get a Bastion here. And just keep on going at face. There's no reason to put Eye Twitch down, because maybe they might have some sort of board wipe available if they get another black source in a Shadow's Verdict. I would imagine they have some sort of payoff or something. They have 4 mana right here. They could have another Eureka moment. They could have a Cultivate, or that There's that 4-drop Turtle Druid that gives you a basic forest or island. They're gonna binding. I'm gonna guess that they're gonna attempt to bind my Bastion right here. Yeah. Then in response, I'll just sacrifice and at least get a trigger off of it. Ooh, Rankle off of this? Rankle's pretty good here. Ooh. I think I'm fine here. So I have a few different options. I'm thinking what I can do right now is I have 4 cards in graveyard, so I can get Croxa out next turn. So what I think is I'm going to do is that I'm going to play Croxa now. And try and get some cards out of their hand now and have Croxa set up so I can deploy it next turn. Okay, they get rid of a negate. That's pretty good. Do I care about 3 1/1s versus... I mean, it's hard for them to remove, so I guess I will learn and get another Pest Summoning. And now I have enough for getting my Croaks out of the graveyard next turn. We'll get the Triumph. They got a Forest? That's weird. If this is Soul-Tiled Ultimatum, I would imagine that they had a... Oh, what is this? This is something else entirely. This looks like something that I put together like a long time ago. Nissa's gonna be a problem if I don't deal with her. But I also need to pressure them. They have no creatures in graveyard as of right now. So I think I'm fine with getting Rankle here. I'm just getting a lot of damage to face. This will put them down to 5. I can put them down to 4 off of this, but I probably don't want them to get any of these effects, so I'll probably just not choose any of the modes, just make life easier for myself. Because if Nissa's on board, she's at 5 loyalty. If they put any creatures to the graveyard, they could potentially just reanimate it. But there are no creatures in there. What? You can't get creatures from my graveyard. I don't know if they read what Nissa's -5 did. So it's some sort of Sultai pile. It seemed like they didn't really hit lands there, so knowing that I'm playing against that, Claim looks pretty bad. I can get War down to try and get some of their bigger payoffs if I can actually target them. And then I think what I'll do after that is probably cut to Forbidden Friendships for more of my tempo plays, because if they're not doing anything early on except for ramping, and I'm getting Roiling Vortex going, they're going to have a big problem if they're not able to hit my life total, because I'll just be pinging them at the start of each of their turns. So, do I feel like it's necessary to pull in another one? Maybe Claim's not going to do that much for us here. At the very least, if we have it as a 1-of, we can use it to give, like, our Croxa haste or Woe Strider haste, so it's not absolutely useless. I think I'm fine with submitting that. Let's see what we can do with this. Ah, what a fantabulous hand. I would love to keep this, except that I have 3 Exoduses and no lands, so shipperoonie. Yep, we're getting another ship. I can't play this if I don't have another land, so let's ship it one more time. Guess I should have kept the last one. I can't really go below 5 here. I'm just going to have to hope to draw into a land here. This has a higher mana requirement for me, and I don't need a second hunt. Well, that's a land. So I guess that works out. Yeah, you're right. I should just learn how to do it. Land isn't needed when I could just play my dual face card that acts as a land. Ha. Grab Swamp here. Alright, Exodus isn't going to do us much good if we can't really do much about casting it until I get like 3 creatures on board. But if I get one more land, Specimens into Bastion could be the way that we do this. Alright, what are you going to hit me with? Oh, just Yori in the hand? That's interesting. So I have 2 options here. I can just hunt the specimens into pest summoning, but I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna learn, discard my Plumb instead, and try and hit a land off of this. I mean, I didn't hit a land off of this, but it's something that I can do at the very least. So, not the absolute worst. They could have binding here, I guess. Not like it's gonna do much. They're gonna hit on 1 drop. Or just Blood Chief's Thirst my token. Okay. This is also fine. Yeah, I have the liberty of being at home, so people sometimes come in and out, so apologize that if you get some background noise. Oh boy, hi Ashiok. Yeah, I don't know how exactly we're gonna come back from this. I think I'm kind of just gonna have to do this because my Twitch is not gonna outpace how much their muse goes up a turn. I'm gonna get rid of Exodus here. I'm not gonna cast anything with it. Ooh, we got lands. Yeah, I'm gonna not waste any more time on this. They got 5 mana to my 3, and they already have a Planeswalker on board that I can't deal with, so probably just this fine. I haven't seen them actually play any big creatures, so I'm wondering if the war is worth it. It might just be worth just tossing war and then playing maybe like some more Croxas. Since I'm gonna be on the play this time. And I'll cut more off my top end. Cause like I don't know what else I'd play here. I don't know, my gut feeling's telling me that I didn't see any big creatures yet, but they probably do, so I'll just go at it a second time around. Alright, I would like to play first. We got Fury on 1, and we could play Croxa on 2. It's not bad. This is a keepable hand. Alright, they mulliganed. Looks like they only mulligan once. Okay. Let's play Cliffs. Look to play Croxa. Alright, we got another Rankle. Well, I have the double black for it, but I'm gonna have to find another land if I'm gonna be able to do anything with it, so... Just get Croxa into the yard now so I can use these other cards to give it some fodder to work with so I can eventually escape it. We will need another red source to do so, but that's fine by me. Vorin collects into the graveyard. I know that they play Nissa. 2 wrinkles for them to take. Ew. Well, if I'm able to play the second one on turn 4, then I can make them sacrifice their Valky and I can get the second one back. But I now know what my hand is. And they didn't play a... No, they just played a land that turn. Okay. So let's see, do I get 4th land off the top? I don't need another Bastion here. That's not going to do us any good. Probably as an alternative to make sure that I can deal with, I can deal with Valky here. Is that I can probably just get a start from scratch. Because getting the extra pest right here isn't necessarily going to do me too much good. I'd rather just deal with the Valky that's on board before it becomes a Rankle and I have to deal with it. Okay, they used removal to get rid of my pest, so can't complain too much about that. Alright, we hit the land. We can't cast it this turn, but we can cast it next turn, so killing Valky here is probably be what I'm going to do. Actually, they're at 2 mana still. I probably just want to get Bastion down before they could potentially counter it. Plume's fine. Actually, do I want Plume here? I don't have any creatures on board that this is really going to hit. That's only going to draw me like a card. Just get Bastion down before they can deal with it. Because the only real ways that this deck can deal with it is with binding the Old Gods and countering it. So if they're not countering it, they need 4 mana to get rid of this. Alright, they got 3 mana and they're putting Yori into hand. Okay, I'll take another land. We got second red, we got second black. Probably need another black to free up this white source. So then it can be for Exis if we need it to be. So probably just gonna grab a swamp here. Do they actually get given priority to pay X on Valky for nothing? That's kind of funny. Because I guess they do have the option to do so if they do wish. So I don't want them drawing cards, so probably what I'm just going to do here is that if I swing with the soldier here, it's just going to die anyway, so I'll just swing, Rankle, say sacrifice a creature. I don't want them drawing, and I don't want to discard cards that I have in my hand, because I'm kind of tight on resources. So I get my second copy of Rankle to work with. Okay, they Heartless Act and they have I have another one in hand, so that's fine. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they were not going to be in a good spot in like the next turn or so. I can just get Exodus down and then they have to deal with that and they can start recurring Rankle. Alright, we got our first match. I should probably, now that I'm thinking about it right now, for future games, try and get down something like on the stream overlay so I can keep track of all the matches. I know that Marty, you did it before. I just need to sit down and actually do it. Alright, give me 1 sec. I'm just gonna put my camera off for a second. I need to close my door. Is there anything else turning up or no?
No.
Alright, should have come back? Yeah, cool. Sebastian! Am I gonna get crabbed here? It'd be funny if they were playing rogues and they play crab on one. It was done in by Sebastian the Crab. Gonna keep this bottom rankle? Yeah, let's bottom the thing that I can't do right away. Alright, I'm glad that I did that. Going against mono red. So this hand isn't the greatest against them because I have 2 tap lands and I really can't do much if they decide to just run me over. Just stop it out of the way. I think I'll just grab a pest summoning. Something I can do to get some bodies in the way. Gonna get hit for 1. Okay. Hunt the pests. Let's scry here. Mountain. I'll take a mountain over a tap land. Any day. And X. Don't do that. So probably gonna get hit with the cleaver here. Probably better than to get Woe Strider in case I get Claim the Firstborn to get Annex out of the way, but I'm pretty sure we're just gonna get cleaved here for fun. Yep. How would I want to do this if I'm gonna get cleaved? Because they're just gonna cleave whatever Woe Strider blocks, so block here. Like, it's not much I can really do when this happens, yep. And next comes a 6/4. Yep, I'm gonna go down to 6. Yeah, no, I don't think there's anything that I'm doing that gets me out of this. Thank you, have a nice day. Alright, we're playing against mono red. That means trim the top end. Croxus is gonna be basically useless in this matchup. Don't need a 3rd Extus. I will take some Heartless Axe here. Don't need to play War here, and I don't want to play the burn game against mono red. That sounds like a poor decision. I think I'm fine running it back with this. We should have some more spot removal to try and get around them being able to cleave so early. Hopefully we'll see it. We'll actually see some of our claims and some of our Heartless Axe, so we can pop Annex and Torburin. Because Torburin's going to be an absolute nightmare if they just drop that turn 4 and they have like any creatures on board. Alright. Here's hoping that my my game 2 looks a little better. Alright, let's see, we're gonna go first, and we got interaction and bodies we can toss in front of them, as well as a big body they're not really gonna be able to get past super easily. I think I'm fine to keep this. Probably go swamp once I go. Gonna get hit by champion. Okay. Got a Forbidden Friendship down. So now I have some bodies to block if they decide to toss down like a. I'll take the 1 here. Saving it for stomp, I think. Well, if they decide to stomp here, I can just village rights whatever they attempt to stomp. So not a big issue for me. Just swing 2. I'll end my turn. They could also stomp my face if they want, but it looks like they don't want to use stomp at all, so it's fine by me. I will take 1. Are they just going to play Bone Crusher? I guess I'm just playing the 4/3. Okay, they're gonna play the 4/3. Bone Crusher's gonna be annoying, so I think I'm fine just getting it out of the way so they can't have a big target to cleave with. Alright. Ooh, Summit. I probably want to hold this in hand for when I actually have my second red source. I think I'm just going to play Predator here. Because Predator's going to be a nightmare for them to get rid of. Because none of their removal is XL based. Except for Scorching Dragonfire. Yep, now they can't attack while this thing's on board. Alright. I think it's free here to swing. Just get Predator one bigger. Get rid of their Bone Crusher. Because if they attempt to do any cleave shenanigans, I'm not super worried since they're both 1/1s. Alright, Torbran's an issue though. So, knowing that this is what's going to be happening now, probably going to toss Eye Twitch here, and toss the human here just to save myself some life in the long run. And then I can plume. Do I want to plume just a soldier? Yeah, I'll plume just a soldier, so then if they attempt to kill... Actually, no, they can't kill Predator right now. Yeah, I'm fine. They're not going to hit Predator at all here. I could just sacrifice both of them. I'll sacrifice both of these now. If I got another red source here, yeah, I like that. We're in a decent spot. Probably just get removal here. Yep, sounds good to me. Another Forbidden Friendship. So that kind of changes things now, because I can't kill Torbran right now, but I can spawn some more tokens I can use to exile Torbran. So I think I'll do that. So now their creatures don't hit for as much. Probably keep both of these back. No reason to overextend too much. Just get rid of Forbidden Friendship. Not going to be recasting that. Alright, I got lethal next turn on board. They have to do something like super explosive to get me down. Alright, cool. Got game 2. Yeah, looks fine. I think I'm just gonna run it back here again. See how it goes. Alright. So we fade the Bone Crusher here. So can't complain too much about that. Probably gonna play Blight here. I could play this as a red source. So I could play Shatter Skull if I want to next turn. I think what I'll do is I'll play another Eye Twitch. And then just Heartless Act. Hold up my 2 mana for Heartless Act. I expect like Torbrent or something to come down right now. Oh, they're gonna Faceless Haven instead? Oh, I can cut them off a land also here. Yeah, I'll just kill your Faceless Haven here. God's definitely gonna kill their tempo here. Yeah, I'll take one. I don't mind taking one here. Temple of Silence into a Temple of Malice. Yeah, that's fine. I can get my Woe Strider down now, so then I can claim all their cheap creatures and eat them up. They're gonna Scorching Dragonfire, Woe Strider. Knowing that that's gonna happen, does that change anything? Yeah, I don't think I want this Temple of Malice anymore. I think I want to hit an actual threat. Yep. Go buy Hall Monitor. Okay. So I can Shatter Skull. I can Shatter Skull Smashing here, just get rid of both of them, which I think is fine for tempo wise, because I'll make it hard for him to cleave next turn. I'll pay to one here, one here. Yep. Play this as another red source. Swing for one. Alright, they got an Annex. And I still haven't found another, another sacrifice outlet, but that's fine. I'll just keep on swinging in the air. At the very least, they can't, what is, they can't Ember Cleave here. Oh, alright, now I got a way to deal with it. Alright, cool. They can't kill on the ETB trigger, though. Okay. If that's what you're gonna do, then I'm gonna sacrifice Eye Twitch here. And get a Necrotic Fume so I could steal Annex and deal with it that way. Yeah, I'll take a Hunt the Specimens from that. I'll get rid of the Annex. Swing 4 here. They can kill 2 creatures off of this, but I'm still ahead on board. Okay, go to 18, they're at 14. Okay. Probably gonna do Illuminate History. How many cards do I have in graveyard? I have 9, yeah. I will Illuminate History. Alright. They're not playing anything. They probably have Ember Cleaves and Torbrins. No, I'll take one. Forbidden Friendship. I think I'll swing all here. And discard my 2 cards and make a 3/2. Okay. Works with me. I'll bluff that I have a removal spell in hand. Alright, cool. Outswing the mono red player. Yeah, that was weird. They kind of got screwed off of their after their activation of Faceless Haven there. They just lost out on mana and they didn't have any other impactful threats to toss down anymore. So pretty good so far. So we're currently 2-0 games. I think we're 4-2. So not bad. This less definitely feels a lot better than the other one did. I like having the bigger creatures because it allows me to have some more annoying things for my opponent to deal with in the later part of the game. And Rankle allows me to get some cards back. Oh, we're going against Low Diamond now. Oh boy. Alright, we got basically everything we're looking for in this hand. I don't see a reason not to keep this, so... Zagoth. That tells me that we're probably playing against some sort of Sultai deck. If they're not companioning anything, I expect this to be potentially Titan's Nest. Okay, double Triome. If I play Kroxa, I just get a card out of hand, but if I play Forbidden Friendship here, I can start hitting face and impacting the board. So I think I'm down to impact the board rather than just to sit the card out of their hand. Are they going to play a third Triome? Or are they going to play something else? Okay, they are going to play the Pathways. So yeah, I expect this is probably the Sultai Titan Nest deck. And that's probably an Alrund's Epiphany that they just foretold there. Knowing that, probably continuing my pressure on board. Alright, so you go. They're still 2 mana away from Shadow's Verdict, doing a Shadow's Verdict right here. And if they play Nest now, they'll only have 1 card in Yard. So they wouldn't be able to... Well, they would be able to outrun Epiphany if they have exactly 1 more land in hand, which isn't a non-possibility. They're not doing anything. Okay, that tells me that they might be holding up a Shark Typhoon to cycle and potentially put in front of something, which, thinking that that's a possibility, means I probably want to hold Wolfstrider back. I do have the option of escaping it again, but it's one of my only sack outlets, but I think probably if they're going to waste all their mana to just cycle here, then I'm fine if they're going to do it now. So... Because, like, even though it's the greedier play, I need to get ahead of this deck if I want to stay in front of it. Alright, they're just going to Heartless Act it? Yeah, that's fine. I think I'll eat my goat and see what's on top before I go. What do we got off the top? We got Extus. I have enough creatures on board next go around to do it. How many cards do I have a graveyard? Only 1. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yep. We'll Strider to the graveyard. And then I think with that, I can't play the backside. I played land for turn, so I think I'm just going to drop down my Predator now. And to my knowledge, this deck does not run Essence Scatter or just Wari Disruption. They might play in their configuration, but I think this is going to be fine. Probably going to be the most annoying threat for them to deal with. Alright, they need 1 more land to play Epiphany Raw. Alright. So... I could probably wait on the land here. I think what I'm going to do here is probably just swing, see what they decide to do, and then from there kind of construct my next go-around. So I'm going to go swing for 6 here. Start eating up their graveyard, and if they are playing Titan's Nest, it's going to be more annoying for their nest to be impactful here. Okay, they're Thirst for Meaning. They could be discarding a Typhoon here, or just discarding 2 cards to get them more stuff in their graveyard for when they get their nest down. There's a few different things I can think of that they probably have. Figuring out what they're going to discard, so they either have the option of discarding the enchantment, which they didn't. They discarded Cultivate and Pathway. Okay. They can't eliminate this, so... Alright. If I do Croxa here, I have the capability of getting myself to a good point in time that if they do play Nest and then attempt to play Auron's Epiphany, they'll have one less card for them to work with that they might want to keep, reducing the clock on them. So following that line, I will play my other Shatter Skull, play Croxa, and then hunt, attempting to find probably... I'm trying to think, what would I learn here? I don't think any of my lessons are particularly phenomenal here, because doing one isn't going to do anything. Fumes, maybe. I think I'll probably take Eliminate History so I can feed my graveyard. Gosh dang it. Why you do this? Why is that one of all of them the problem? Give me one sec. Yes, you have Naughty Naughty Child. My chat didn't want you to speak. Here you go. It's been allowed. Have fun. Appreciate the privilege you have been given. Alright, we got birdies. Coomer energy. Yeah. The extreme Coomer. Hey, I'm not gonna allow you to say just anything. No, I know. Mostly. Yeah, that's exactly what clause I was expecting to come out. Alright, they didn't play anything else after that Epiphany, so I'm expecting another Shark Typhoon to come on through here. So I have the option here of getting one of my Croxes out right now, but I would have to claim one of their birds, which I think I'm fine with. Just grab a bird. Alright, we grabbed the bird. Swing like this. Yes, I am the bird now. It doesn't really matter what I X out here. I'll just eat a first for meeting here. Squaw! They could block 5. They'll go to 5. Right, they're making a 5/5. Shark Typhoon. Okie dokie. How are they gonna block this? I expect the... Are they gonna block like that? That seems dumb. Sure, I'll have the birds trade and then I'll eat my pest. Wielding a Shark Typhoon. Meanwhile, my Vampire Dragon. Yeah, I'll just escape Croxa here. Alright, I think this game's basically in the bag. I think the only thing that could really kill me, I think, is an extinction event. Which if they have, they have. I can't do much about that. But if they do that, I can sacrifice Kroxa in response, so I can at least start building up to it again. Yes, I'm ready for the board. Dude, in this format of Standard, you have anytime you're playing against any Sultai deck, you have to get ready for board wipe, ready to just crush your dreams, make you sad that you even populated the board with your fan base. Oh, I mean, I'll take an Epiphany, because Epiphany means that they're just stalling, hoping to hit it. So they get one more look at it, potentially another one if they get another draw spell. What do you got? Do you got the event? Do you got something else? Okay, you can't Shadow's Verdict me because I'm out of range for that. And if they Extinction event, then all the creatures are gone here. They just play a Shark Typhoon. Okay. I can see that. That means that probably the last card's probably some sort of instant. Alright, knowing that that's a possibility now, I think I'm inclined to sacrifice by 2 chums right here. Play this as a 4-mana spell. Kill my 2 1/1s for 3/6 of haste. Yep. Can't do much once they lose one more blocker out of that. Alright, some sort of Sultai pile. I believe that it is. All the cards that I saw so far pointed it towards the Sultai deck. Yeah, he couldn't handle the sauce that was on board. Too much sauce. So this deck is probably gonna go long. So since this is another long deck that I'm going to have to deal with, I'm not... Claim is okay in this matchup since they do play Shark Typhoon. And Shark Typhoon I can actually eat the tokens for, so I'll probably ditch Friendship for probably Rolling Vortex instead. Does Kroxa seem more useful here than in the other matchups? They don't mill me more. It's not like I'm playing against rogues. I think I'm fine with just adding the Roiling Vortexes and just saying go. I don't think there's a lot of stuff that I'm really looking to Heartless Act. Alright. Going to game 2. Hopefully we keep it up. Alright, we got two lands here. I'm fine with keeping this since we're on the draw, because we have another like 2 shots at hitting something. And we hit it. So probably just lead with Mountain here. Since we don't have anything that we can play on 1, and I probably just want the Mountain out of my hand. And now that I'm thinking about it might have been better to play Smashing, because it conserves me life if I just played it there tapped and not had to worry about having to potentially just shock it in. Alright, we got Epiphany. We're Epiphanying it up. Probably just gonna get Eye Twitch down so I can start pressuring on board. I'll probably save the claim for the first shark that I have to deal with. So this is because the only Foretell card they have I know about is Epiphany. Or they're cultivating, so they're gonna be at 4 mana this turn, 5 mana next turn. Yeah, that's a little concerning. Alright, we hit another land here though. Probably gonna have to shock this in. And get my Strider down now. So they have another swamp, so that tells me that they might have Shadow's Verdict here. Which if they do, they do. Can't do much about that. And then we have 2 cards in graveyard for Nest right now. So it's looking pretty good. There's the Nest. trying to think what they could play here. They can kill Strider, I guess. Way to go. Let's see what's on top. I don't need a second Plume. Thank you. Ah, my Strider has died. Probably just gonna get Predator down so I can start eating their graveyard. But I'm ready for them to just Epiphany this turn. They're gonna have to pay. They're gonna have to exile the rest of the stuff in their graveyard if they really want to do it, but that's fine. So, not the end of the world. I think I'll be fine. Alright, they milled a Verdict. Yeah, Verdict ain't gonna do too much here. If anything, it's probably gonna be more detrimental than anything. Alright, they can just hard cast Epiphany here. And they have 4 cards in graveyard. Yeah, that's not good. So now they can Epiphany, but they have no more blue mana. Alright. I would imagine they'd probably just Epiphany and just try and find something else to do. Yep, there's the Epiphany like I thought. Okie dokie. You got 1 extra turn. Okay, they got Triumph here. The few bad things I could see them dropping down right now is potentially like dropping down like a Shark Typhoon. That'd be really annoying to get past. I could also see them dropping down a Professor Onyx here, which would also be really bad. Another Time Walk, another Time Walk. That's okay. It is what it is. As long as I don't get chained like 4 Time Walks back to back, I think I'll be fine. Okay, they hit a land off the top, straight to graveyard, so it's not the worst. So I hit my 1 mountain off of this, so I technically still have enough to claim and then sacrifice to do what I want to try and do. What are we doing now? Are we extinction eventing here? No. There's a Typhoon that I was kind of worried about. But they have no other cards in graveyard to work with now. Oh, they got a 3rd Epiphany in hand. That really freaking sucks. We got a Bastion. So knowing that they're going to outrun's Epiphany me this upcoming turn, I probably just want to get Bastion down and the ability to sacrifice some creatures. If they counter this here, that's fine. That means that I know that they're on empty. Okay. Okay. Knowing that that's not out of the way, I know it's just an Epiphany I'm having to deal with. I have a few options here. I think what I'll probably attempt to do, they have the 7 mana, they're gonna make the 7/7. I'll hold Eye Twitch back, and I'm gonna take their 3/3 Shark. Gobble up their card in their graveyard. Okay, that's fine. I will eat your Shark, so I can kill all of your tokens. fine by me. Right. I need one more card in graveyard to exile Woe Strider, so it's something to keep in mind. Alright, looks like they wanted what they wanted off the top, what they got off the top. Alright, that's the... They have at most one more Epiphany out of their 40 cards. So hoping that they just didn't rip it off the top right there. I think we'll be fine. Just gonna hope that they brick here. We can go from there. They play Witherbloom Command? What are they gonna kill? They can't kill anything with that. That seems kind of weird. Alright, they're just gonna make a bunch of sharks here. This isn't gonna be good. Cause all their draw spells are just gonna equal a bunch more tokens. Okay, they didn't do Extinction Event because they would just be losing other tokens for doing that. Okay. All the cards in the graveyard are going bye-bye. A second Shark Typhoon. That is really bad. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull back from this. Because if they play anything else, I'm probably just going to scoop, because I don't think I beat this many sharks. Because they basically get a free scry on top of all the cards just having Delve. They're not going to swing? That's weird. Okay. Got another black source. Guess we're gonna sit back here. Can't really swing. But they also can't really swing into me because I will eventually start outsizing all their flyers. Strategic planning off the top. Yeah, I'll just scoop and make this game faster. There's no way I'm coming back from this ridiculousness. Yeah, I think I'll cut a claim for an extra Roiling Vortex. I need to pressure their life. Otherwise, I'm not going to be actually winning in any race against them. But at least we're going to game 3. That game 2 was kind of rough, just getting triple extra turned into 2 Typhoons. This hand isn't the most optimal, but at the very least it'll allow me to eat up any early plays they potentially have. Alright, hitting more lands here isn't good though. Play my red source. So go. We're just hitting more lands off the top. Alright, they got a kill spell. Oopsies. Should have waited one more turn, I guess. Cultivate, yep. Yeah, it's not looking good, considering that I started this off just drawing two lands off the top. Alright, Bastion's fine. Grab another. Yeah, I can make this a white source. Hold one black up for village rights. Alright, now they have the ability to get Titan's Nest down this turn, and then we kind of just have to trudge through all the shenanigans they're going to toss. Do they have the nest? That is the question. I guess I could have like a Shadow's Verdict or something that they're thinking about playing. It looks like they're seeing if they want to get rid of the Bastion right now. I lose 2 life and then I'm milling 3. Okay. Alright, losing the Rankle there kind of sucks, but do I really care that much? That seemed like kind of a poor play, cause now I can just play my Woe Strider from my graveyard. Now they can't Heartless Act it, so seems fine by me. So if they had an Alrund's Epiphany in hand, they probably would have foretold it a turn before, and they would have been able to cast it now, but there's Shadow's Verdict instead. Well, I might as well get my life out of this, so what do we got off the top? Exodus? Yeah, it's fine. I'll just keep it there and just get another drain off of them from this. Alright, Woe Strider's gone. So long, my friend. Scry at the top. I don't need another land here, thank you. I will, however, play Exodus here. And then I think what I'll do is that I will hunt the specimens into Illuminate history and attempt to do something here. I expect to get Epiphany here if they didn't do so already. Also, we're just gonna drop a kill spell on this and call it a day. Many an option. Nope, they're gonna draw instead. They're still trying to hit it. I mean, if they hit it now, they're probably in a better state than if they didn't hit it. I'm guessing that they drew it if they discarded those two. Oh, they're Epiphanying next turn. If they have a second one, then that also sucks. That means I'm just going to get Time Walk twice. Nope, they don't have a second one. Let me hunt. Let me get this hand out of here. Do something a little more proactive. If they counter this, they counter this. It's the way it is. I'll discard my 4 cards in hand, try and find some more interesting stuff. Well, that's pretty good. Can't complain about that one. Swing for 2 double strike. Killing Exodus here. I could see it. Like, oh, they can't kill it here. Okay. They're at 13, and they're gonna time walk me at least once in this turn. Alright, getting time, knowing that I'm getting time walked at least once. I'm not getting time walked, I'm getting time walked next turn. Okay. So that's gonna be a big, that's gonna be a big shark. It's gonna be a 7/7 shark. And it's gonna be able to swing immediately afterwards. Alright. Gonna get hit by a 7/7 shark. Gonna get hit for a total of 9. Yep. They got 7/7 and 2 1/1s. Do they have anything else that they can do? If they try and do any kind of board wipe, I can kind of get around it without too much of a problem. I'm trying to think of what they could do here. Mill you, I get drained. Okay. Well, that's pretty good. They hit Professor off the top. I don't want to see that card. Professor's probably the worst thing that they can probably draw now, on top of another time walk. So here's hoping for neither one of those. Still 32 cards left in the deck, and they usually play 4 time walks, so they just ripped another one off the top. I guess I'm gonna die. They hit for 7 now, 14 next turn, just from sharks. They hit me for 21 between these 2 turns. Yeah, I just kind of die. Got to see if I can find anything. Well, that's kind of fucking frustrating. Croaks here. Okay. Is there any way that I feasibly live here? I do not think there is. Yeah, these 2 by themselves just kill me. Yep, just getting time walked off the top doesn't really help me win that game. Oh well. It is what happens when you get big shark boys come flying on in. Alright. Gonna try and do 2 more, and then I'll probably wrap up the video. And then probably maybe do some limited. Ooh. Oops. Get that out of you. Satan Trunfa? Is that how you say that name? That's a interesting one. Yeah, this is a keeper. Alright, they play a mountain, which can mean a lot of things. Looking at their card borders, I'm thinking this is some sort of... Oh, nope, I was wrong. This is the Prismari mid-range deck. Their whole thing is about getting treasure, just kind of ramping into huge spells. Probably just want to pressure them while they're making mana. Hit for 2. Alright, and they didn't make a treasure now. Oh, there's some Jeskai deck. Okay. Swing 3. See if they decide to do anything. Okay, decide to do nothing. Attempt to resolve a Bastion? Unsubstantiate. I don't think I've ever seen that played. Oh. Well, you know, that's rude. I don't appreciate that. Get over here. Oh, they immediately surrendered once I took their apex right from underneath them. Alright, some sort of Jeskai deck that's about cheating instants and sorceries from the graveyard. Okay, if they have any kind of mutate going on, I probably just want to have some more removal to deal with that, so probably gonna trim some Forbidden Friendships and a Nexus for my 3 copies of Heartless Act. I think that's about it. Alright, let's run it back. That was a quick game 1. I thought it was going to take a little longer. I hope I wasn't muted that entire time. I'd be kind of sad. Nope, we're good. Cool. Hope everyone's enjoying their time on the stream so far. Oh boy, can't really do anything on 1 with this hand. I'm probably have to play Temple into, doing the rest of the stuff in my hand. Hit a land off the top, let's go. Nope. We tried. That's a land. Oh, do I want to play that instead of my 2-drops? Probably do. Play an eye twitch. Gonna get stomped. Hazard. Okay. Guess it's some sort of Jeskai spells deck. Just attempting to get as many spells as they can back. Alright, them fetching white here probably tells me that they probably have the Pterodactyl Boy in hand. Which means I probably want to get Will Strider down now if I can. I could get Unsubstantiated or Scorching Dragonfired right here, but... Or Stomped, yeah. The numerous 2-mana on red spells, I just eat it. Alright. We got Bone Crusher down. I think I'm just going to deploy a Predator, so go. And then probably if they don't get anything problematic going on this turn, I can probably take Giant, eat it with my Predator. Rip apart. Sure, I'll sacrifice a goat. Eat your spell. I'll take 4. Fine by me. But I will take your Giant now. Thank you. Your donation is very much appreciated. Discarding a Goldspan. That's interesting. Just get an Eye Twitch down so I have something else I can sacrifice when I need to. Eat Rip Apart, I'm gonna guess. Probably the best choice here. Alright. We got them really low now. Alright. They're down to 11, and I hit them for 7 next turn. So looking pretty good. Not casting anything. That's interesting. I think I'm probably just gonna swing here. I don't see any reason to do anything prior. Swing, see what we can get. Probably eat the gold span if they have any kind of Elspeth Conquers Death. Alright, it's gonna put them down to 4. I'm gonna bounce it. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just play it again. I'm gonna bounce it again. I'm suspecting that they're probably holding up mana to bounce it again. Alright, I'm gonna attempt to swing again. Are you gonna let me swing, or it bounces back to my hand again? Yep, it's going back to my hand. Whoop! Predator's going on a trip. I think I'll try and just get my Exodus down if they're gonna keep on bouncing this thing up and down and all around. Okay, that's also fine. Man, they just don't want me to have anything on board today. Okay. Stop eye twitch. Get a pass summoning. Seems fine by me. We will play an Exodus. We will play a Hunt the Specimens. Getting back an eye twitch here. Probably eliminate history so I can get more cards into my graveyard for Kroxa. I will need one more red source if I am gonna ditch my hand and then play Kroxa, so if I find that I can ditch my hand and get Kroxa, so not bad. They don't have anything that's 4 mana or greater in their graveyard CMC wise, so I don't have to worry about Draconic Intervention either, so okay, they're a mutate deck. Probably gonna go underneath. Are they getting back into the Royal, I'm gonna guess? Okay. I did say that if I got another red source, I'd be able to escape Kroxa. Just swing everything here. Go down to 2. Actually, I don't think that's worth it, because I probably want to get my Predator down. Get Predator. Someone get Ghost Rider back. Alright. It's probably the better play to make sure I have more things on board, because, like, even if I illuminate there, I don't even get the token off of it to really make it extra worth it. Yeah, that's fine. You can bounce that. You're gonna need a creature or some other way to bounce Exodus here, because you're taking lethal. Yep. Alright, so far we've only lost to that Titan's Nest opponent from kind of just getting Shark Typhoon into a few time walks, but overall this deck has definitely been performing much better than the last variant we played. I think we're now almost in Plat 1. Alright, seems pretty good. Alright, so this is going to be the last game for the recording. If people want, I'm down for doing some limited after this if people are interested. I got gems to spare that I can go and do that. Corsa. Yeah, I don't have a turn 1 play, but I have a turn 2 play, and I have at least 1 black source, so... this looks like rogues. I know only 2 decks at Companion Luris that I've seen, which is either rogues or there's like a Jeskai Magecraft deck that they play, the 2-drop that buffs all your creatures, and then what's the other one? And the one that just gets +2/+2 every time that you cast a instant or sorcery, copy it. Because they're playing rogues. Probably just want to get things on board before they can start countering my stuff. Yep. Alright, Predator off the top. Predator's probably a better card into this matchup. Okay, they can't counter anything yet. Which is pretty good. Which means I want to get Plumb. I want to get Bastion down now. Alright. They just cast Soaring Thought Thief here. That's an interesting one. If they swing with a Thieves Guild Enforcer, they don't get enough to make it a 3/2 yet. They would have to play another one to do that. More red mana isn't super helpful here. Probably gonna attempt to grab Soaring Thought Thief here. Okay, cool. Swing everything, mill them too. Ooh, milling it into the story is super good. That takes them off of one of their other really come back into the game spells. Probably would get my most value if I Plumb here, so I'm gonna do that. Sacrifice like this. I could also just sacrifice the entire board. Probably be better if I do that. It'll let me dig deeper. Okay. Well, there's all the black. Probably just play Swamp. So you go. So I have 2nd cards in graveyard now, so now everything's kind of offline with regards to Drown the Lock. Merfolk Windrober. Now it's a 3/2 of 1 mind. Okay. So they have the ability to drown something that I cast right here. Knowing that that's a possibility, I will probably attempt to right here. I'm not gonna play Shatter Skull here, so I'll attempt to hunt the specimens first, and then probably Necrotic Fumes. Probably see if they'll let me get more creatures on board. If they counter this, that means they probably don't have a whole lot of removal. Alright. Flashing another Thieves Guild Enforcer. Okay. More lands off the top, and then they hit a Kroxa. Yep. Every rogue player's nightmare, they hit Kroxa off the top. They hit 2 more Plumbs off of that, which kind of suck. Okay. Ooh, Predator. Ew. It's very risky to attempt to do it, but I could attempt to Shatter Skull Smashing, kill and kill 2 Enforcer. No, kill the Enforcer and the Wind Robber here. Wind Robber. I keep on saying Robber. I don't know why. I expect that they have one of these 3 cards is a Drown. Let me just scry for fun. I probably want to keep smashing for actually doing stuff. Fury's a way to end the game. I'm gonna attempt to get stuff out of my graveyard, I think. Probably be my best choice. Five cards out of my graveyard. Probably gonna get drowned. But I'm forcing them to drown something that is gonna come back again next turn. And then slowly but surely I'll get to the point in time that I'll actually be able to do stuff. Another Soaring Thought Thief, that's not good. And another Exorcist off the top. Okay. Hitting me for 6, I go down to 9, then I die next turn if I don't get a flyer down. Woe Strider. Okay. Not looking great. Done 18 cards left in deck. I'm gonna attempt to draw here. See what I can do. At the very least, this makes it so I don't die straight up next turn. Ooh, Plume's good though. Ooh, and a claim? Ooh. I think I'm gonna grab your untapped Soaring Thought Thief over there, compadre. Hope you don't mind me doing that. Can I get away with a Rankle here? I have enough for Plume, so guess I do. Don't want to keep my red up for any reason. No, I think I'm fine. Attempt to cast a Rankle. Make them start discarding cards. Alright, it resolved. That's an interesting one. And Rankle is a rogue, so I already got 2 things for you. I want to discard a card, and then we're gonna sacrifice a creature. I am going to discard here probably my second Bastion. I don't think it's gonna very much be likely to resolve. I'm gonna sacrifice your Thief. What are you gonna pop? Alright, and I go to 12. Yep. Looking good. They only have 4 cards in hand, and they can only do 4 to me. Okay. Okay, I have 13 left. So I don't think I can necessarily die here. Probably just gonna double block this. And then plume them. So I can draw 2 more off of this. Because at the very least guarantees that I'll be able to do something off the top. Oh, an excess off the top is just phenomenal. Okay, I have 9 cards left in my library. They have to have specifically another rogue here if they're gonna do anything. I will get another red source. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to attempt to just end by swinging with Rankle. If they cast something to block, I will just Kroxa and they die, so it's cool by me either way. Alright, they surrendered. Works for me. Alright, we're playing against rogues. If we're playing against rogues, probably less of the claim and more of the Heartless Axe. They can do some damage, so Roiling Vortex can be good, but it could also be a detriment to me. I think, however, I am down to cut some 2 Exoduses to play some more Kroxas so I can hit it more reliably. Don't need to worry about War. War doesn't do anything against them. Do I want to play any Vortexes? Would I even be playing it over? More claims, but claims fine in the matchup's not bad. It hits all their creatures, including Lurrus, so I'll just run it back with this. More Kroxas will make it, so their milling is a little more detrimental to them. Like, I think the most optimal thing is that by turn 4, if they have 6 cards in your graveyard and they hit a Kroxa off of one of them, and you bring your cards less to at least like 1 in your graveyard at the maximum, then you can just get Kroxa out and then they have to actually deal with it. But I expect them to board in some Cling, so having more Kroxas is probably better. This is not a keepable hand. This is... I can claim something and then... Heartless Act, the first annoying creature I need to deal with. I will discard... I will put a Plumb on the bottom. Okay, they're going to scry off the top. I will also scry off the top, if you don't mind me. They bottomed that one. I don't want that. I didn't want the first one. I don't want the second one. They just surrendered? Okay. Alright, I guess they just had that bad of a hand. I mean, my hand was kind of atrocious, but okay, I guess that works. Alright, so for the sake of the recording, I'm going to do a quick review of the deck so far. So overall, I think this list is pretty great. The only thing I could potentially see, since I'm playing 2 Fable Passages, like, it's only going to hit these lands, but if I draw into these basics and I hit Fable Passage, and it becomes a dud land that doesn't do anything, so that's kind of problematic. But besides that, Will Striders were good, even though they like sucked up removal most of the time. Like, they were something that they had to deal with, or my opponent would just lose the game flat out from just the amount of scrying and sacrifice pressure I had. Exodus has just been a phenomenal card overall. Just every time that I am able to cast the back half, I didn't cast it too much in this go around, but like being able to play just the front half was useful sometimes, being able to just keep on buying back creatures. And then Predator just pressured so many players out of being able to do much of anything. And like Kroxa did things from time to time, but Kroxa is kind of more of like an accessory to this deck than like the main like spotlight here. So overall, I think the deck played out pretty well. The only thing I might experiment with is that I didn't really find any matchups that I had to sideboard the War into, and I feel like even the matchups that I would want to sideboard the War into, like Sultai Ultimatum for like Vorinclex and some other stuff, I think I would rather play like a Necromantia to prevent the shenanigans from even happening in the first place. So I might try that out. Roiling Vortex has been fine, but I feel like it's more of like a mirror card than anything, so I might drop one and see if I can maybe switch around this sideboard a little bit. But besides that, I think the deck was solid overall. But anyways, thank you all for catching me, and until next time, be jolly and stay salty. Alright.